Hey everyone, it's me, Mr. Gaming Guitarist. That's my friend Keanu.
Yeah, Kiki.
Yep,
Okay.
and we just saw Thunderbolts.
Thunderbolts. Oh, I almost forgot to put my shades. All right.
And so we're gonna.
It's honestly not that bright, y'all.
Yeah, and so we're gonna do an out of the theater impressions review thing. And I just lost my hair tie. There it is. All right, so I'll flip this around. So Keanu, what are your thoughts on Thunderbolts?
I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. I know some of the scores I've seen was like 7.5. I would probably take a little higher. I think at the very least it's an 8, which is very good, especially for like an MCU film. Because even something like Captain America was like, it was like a 6.5.
Brave New World.
Yeah. Yes, Brave New World specifically. The first MCU film that came out this year. Now, I saw that one in theaters. I know you saw it on digital. Now, but that film, there were some moments I liked, but I feel like there wasn't a single moment that I didn't like. I feel like almost every scene definitely in this film served its own unique purpose, and even though it may not have always have been integral to the plot, because there are a lot of scenes that are very character driven. So if you ever watch shows like Mad Men and even shows like Better Call Saul, those shows are very character driven in many ways, and even though there was a plot and the plot was moving, it wasn't a super complex one. It was one that easy to understand, but where the complexity comes in is with the character studies, and actually it does a pretty good job managing pretty much all the characters to a certain extent. And those that are worried about whether Bucky has a big role or not, he has a sizable role. It's not a huge role, but it's sizable enough to where he makes enough of an impact that he's there and you love him for it because he's Bucky. Everybody loves Bucky. Right. So you ain't gotta worry about that. Right. But yeah, Elena's the star of the show. Yeah. Randy Guardian definitely brings some levity with the humor and stuff. Ghost has nice little quips. I like a lot of the quips that Ghost puts out. The thing with her whole background is she doesn't really have much of a background because of her history, and she goes, she mentions it time to time. But even then, she still has some really cool moments, and I'm just glad that we get to see Ghost again because she does have a cool ability, honestly. She's really cool. Who knows? Maybe we'll dive into more of that stuff in Doomsday, but for now, we'll be getting Ghost. It's pretty good. I can't really complain too much. John Walker, though, I definitely was happy to get a little bit more of, and he hasn't really changed too much, but I think he is trying to change to an extent, and I like that they kind of explore that a bit in this film. But man, Florence Pugh, Elena, she's one of my favorite actresses, working today, and this continues to prove her that point. She's fantastic in this film, and the music's great. I really like the score. It's really good. It's both traditional, but also kind of adds a little bit of uniqueness to it that kind of makes it stand out compared to most MCU scores nowadays. Everything from the direction is really good, and I don't know. It's just, man, the way they approach the finale though, like the third act, definitely different from what you will expect from your typical MCU film. It definitely gets into some pretty deep, dark places, but the resolution of it I was pretty satisfied with because realistically, you look at someone like Sentry and you're just like, how the hell are they going to deal with this guy? Yeah. And I'm glad that they went in the direction that they did. Yeah. Because it's kind of what I expected. Yes. But I was still happy with it. You know what I mean? Like, it was both predictable but not predictable. Whereas, no offense, I'm sorry to throw Brand New World under the bus. I pretty much expected exactly what I did. You know what I mean? But, all right, enough trash in that film. I want to praise this one. I really, really enjoyed it. And yeah, both of the credit scenes, obviously the mid-credits one, it's pretty funny, but I'm not going to dive into that one much. But yeah, the post-credit scene, you definitely have to check that one out. It's totally worth the wait, trust me.
So my thoughts on Thunderbolts, I thought that this was a very welcome, refreshing addition to the MCU because it felt like the last couple of movies have been way too formulaic, and I really love the themes in this one. I like how it was just a lot of unexpected stuff in this movie, the way the themes are handled. I love the character-driven parts of the story, and and of course, I'm not going to spoil anything, but I will say Bob's story hit me really hard, and I related to it, and it really gut punched me in a way I was not expecting. And I love the way the conversation held around the themes concerning Bob. I felt like that really gripped me emotionally, and the action was great. I love the building, the character dynamic. I thought Valentina was great to see her finally featured in a full-length movie again, instead of like brief little cameos here and there.
Like in Wakanda Forever.
Right.
Almost forgot she was in that.
And it's hard to talk about this movie without spoiling it, because this is just an overall general impressions.
That's one of the easier ones, though. I feel like to kind of look around.
I would say if you're one of those people that thinks the MCU is old, tired, and boring, this movie was made for you. And I truly enjoy this. Like, I'm giving it. Trying to decide between whether this is an 8 or a 9 out of 10, but this was very enjoyable. And like I said, I don't want to say too much, but if you were hesitant about this, go see it. So yep, that was our thoughts for Thunderbolts. See you later.
Peace out.